Okay, so I want to give you some pointers on that might help you make your Kahoot. The directions are pretty clear on the handout, what needs to be included, the types of problems that ought to be on there. The first thing you're definitely going to need to do is create a Kahoot account. So if you don't have a Kahoot account, pretty easy to create one. Just remember whatever your username is and remember the email and password that you use. I think on your midterm review I gave you a place to write that down so that you don't forget it. You can share a Kahoot with your group members, with your team. That's fine as well. So when you're making the Kahoot, there's some things that, especially with geometry, I'm just going to click on Create New. Sometimes, like, Kahoot has a character limit, and sometimes it makes it difficult, to ask a meaningful question or to add meaning to it. So one of the things you might be able to do is use some questions that are already pre-made. So if you go to our class page, right? Here's our class page, and I think the only tab that's open right now, the only page that open is the midterm page. Okay, so there's several documents here, right? You have the midterm review packet that we go over each day in class, but then there's some extra ones. So like here's a chapter 1 document. So if I click on that and download it, you're going to make sure that you have your laptop. If you try to use one of my Chromebooks for this, you won't be able to use the snipping tool. I don't believe that's installed on the Chromebooks. So it's going to be real helpful if you have your laptop and that's available. So, suppose I wanted to use this picture. Like, suppose I wanted to use some of these questions for my Kahoot, and then I can make them multiple choice however I see it. Even if I, can't put line symbols and things like that, if I use this snipping tool, let me slide down so you can see this. Down at the bottom here, I pinned my snipping tool to my taskbar. Okay, if you don't have it there, you could probably search for it in here. You could just type in snipping tool, and it will come up. But I'm going to click on the snipping tool and show you how that works. So when you click on the snipping tool where you open it, you're going to click New. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and I just want to steal that picture. I want to use this picture for my Kahoot. So I just highlight it, and now I have a little file. I do a Save As. And, wherever you want to save it, if you want to just save it on the desktop, that's fine. If you have, like I have these saved pictures here. And, we could call that a plane, right? So I click Save. That saves that to the plane. So now when I come back to my Kahoot, so I'm here in my Kahoot Creator. Slide this up so you can see. I want to add that file to this, so when people are playing this, they'll be able to see that picture. So I have, when I click on that, it allows me to upload an image. So I select that box, and let's see, where did I save that? Did I save it in my saved pictures? There it is. So we click on that, and now we can get that picture in our Kahoot, and we can ask a question. Name a line that contains point C, right? Or true or false, points A, B, and D are collinear, something like that. Any kind of question you want to ask back to points, lines, and planes. So like with geometry, having pictures is going to always be pretty helpful. So I hope that helps, giving you some pointers on how to make your Kahoot if you need pictures for certain things, and also where to get them. Remember, if you go to our class page where the midterm is, there's a lot of content here. It's broken down, Chapter 1, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and 5. Everything that you could need to get your question limit in your Kahoot.